Hello YouTube, this is Daniel here from DB Tech Projects, back here with another video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I created a simple S3 download site, which will allow users to download files in an Amazon S3 bucket from their browser. So in this site, we just have a button here for Get Files, and it provides us with a list of files in our S3 bucket. And then we just need to click on the desired file and it will download into our downloads directory. So how this works, I've got a little diagram for this. So we have our front end here, which has our HTML and our JavaScript. This makes a GET request to an API gateway in Amazon Web Services, which then invokes a Lambda function, which will list the files in our desired S3 bucket and then send them back through the API gateway and respond to the user on the front end. The front end has some JavaScript, which will take the list provided from the API gateway and create this list here with the links to allow you to download them. So the next part of this, which I'm going to show you, is the code for the front end. So for the front end, we just have a basic HTML boilerplate, which has our button with an ID of submit button. And on click, it's going to return validate form, which is the function we have here in our script tag. We also have some script sources up here. Don't worry, this is all going to be in the GitHub, so don't copy this down. For the script source, we just have the Amazon SDK. I don't think we actually need that anymore, but we have it here anyway. And the Ajax Google API, which is a jQuery distribution, which we'll be using to make the API call. So we have the function down here, which is called from our submit button. First, we are getting the list ID, which is our list here, with document.getElementById and storing it in this list variable. We are then making a Ajax API call with a type get. You can also use post or options or put if you need that. And we have the URL. I've taken it out for obvious reasons. So when we run the function upon success, we will log the data. We will create an output variable, and that's going to put the body of the API response into that output. We then log it to the console, and we will then do a for each loop with this function that I've created down here. And this function is going to create these list items that we see on the website. So for each item, which is the file name, we're going to create a list item element and a tag, which is the anchor tag. We're then going to create the href for it, which is the link. So that's going to just be bucket for the string and then plus the item, which is the file. And then we're setting the inner text. So the text the actual user is going to see as the item, which is the file name. We will then append the a tag, which we've added the elements to here, to the list item, which we've created here, and then append the list item to our unordered list, which we've declared up here. After that, we will then disable the submit button to stop the user from clicking it multiple times and adding a load of unneeded files onto their page. So that's the front end. I will now show you the Lambda function, which is called by the API gateway. So for our Lambda function, it's just quite basic. So we've got the params here, which is just our bucket. And we create a variable here for S3 objects, which is going to store the objects which which Lambda will take from the S3 bucket. And we're declaring a file names array, which will push the file names into later. We will then issue this command here, which is await S3 list objects with our params, which we declared up here. So the bucket name and our promise. So that will list the files in our bucket. We're then going to log that. And then for each of the content items, so for each of the objects in our S3 bucket, we are going to add to our file names array and return the file names. If there's an error, we will console.log it here, and then console log the file names, and then return it through our API gateway back to the user. So let me just go ahead and show you the API configuration. It's pretty basic, it's just the default settings, but I'll just go through bits of it anyway. So when we come to the API, Amazon API Gateway site, we have our get method here. So when we come to the integration request, we can see that this is invoking a Lambda function, and Lambda function is in US East 1, and the function is called S3 download site. So if we go back and test this here, you can see the response that the web page actually gets. So it just gets the status code 200 and the body, which is all of the images. And that is pretty much it, guys. The only thing left to do is a little setting in S3 to actually allow the user to download the files. If this isn't set, then the user, when they click on the file, it will just open a new tab, and it won't actually allow you to download it with one click. You would actually have to right click and then save image. So let me just show you how to do that. So we can see I've got my images here. And if we click on the image and scroll down to the metadata, we can see we've added this extra bit of metadata here, and the key is content disposition and the value of attachment, and that will allow the user to download the file just with one click. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. This is a great little project for any of you looking to learn more about AWS, the technology stack, and also a bit of coding as well. I'll post the links to my GitHub and also various links to the AWS resources that we use in this video in the description. Any questions, please let me know in the comments. Please like the video and please subscribe.